self-respecting developer is ever going to go and calculate coordinates to figure out where to draw things in the graphical user interface, right? Where do those buttons go? How to align the buttons? It would be ridiculous to do that all the way that we're doing it here. So there are many tools for helping you create GUIs. Back in the BlueJ day, when I was using that, I would send people to this thing, which is a crude tool, but at least it kind of let you position the things and kind of visually figure out what was going on. And it would write a little bit of code to kind of help you get started. It was crude, but at least it was something visual. The nice thing is that in your IDEs, most of the time, most good IDEs already have something built in. So let's see if we can figure out how to do that here, at least get a start on it. So here we go. I'm going to right click here and I'm going to say new. But notice, instead of a typical Java class, and where is the thing? Notice down here, swing UI designer. And then I'm going to choose GUI form. Okay, I'm going to name the form, which is going to be, I don't know, my first form, right? It's going to create two pieces. It's going to have a form designer piece, and then it's going to have a class that is associated with it where the code goes. So it's going to have the designer part, that's called the form, and then it's going to have the class, and that is this bound class thing, right? So I'm going to say, okay. And it's also going to say, what kind of layout manager do you want to use, right? Do you want border layout, card, flow, grab? Like there's many different kinds that you can do. For this point, again, I don't know what I'm going to choose here. I guess I'm going to say flow. Okay. And then I'm going to say, okay. What's going to come up now is the form designer. So over here at the right, if I kind of get my UI set up a little better, you can move these things around. Now what you can do is you can figure out, do I want there to be a form? Do I want there to be a J panel? Fine, there's my J panel. What do I want to have on there? Well, I want to have a button. So I'm going to take this button and I'm going to drag it over here. Notice it put it where it wanted it to go because it's doing flow layout, right? So flow layout, I can literally say, I want to have a label and I want to throw it here, right? And then I want to have a combo box and I want to throw it here. And it's going to keep flowing left to right, I'm assuming here. And then I want a radio button and it goes here. And then I want a, you know, whatever, a tree control. So you can work with this, you can change the size of this thing, and I'm sure it's going to help figure out, like the flow is going to change a little bit here and there, right? Yep. So this is a way to get started with all of that stuff. And then notice when I close this part, you'll notice that it's going to go actually create some of these things. And I'm sure there's a way that you can tell the form to go generate the code and place it the way that you had it there. Again, I'm not an expert at it, but if you now go look at the class, I'm sure there's a way to tell it to go generate that thing, right? So where would one find it? Surely there's a way to say, go make it, right? Go update the code so that all this stuff is in place and named and all that. So anyway, that's the place to start if you want to explore that a little bit and understand, right? You know, sort of how to design without doing it by the awful way that we were doing it before. Yeah, Ben, go ahead.
How did you create a new form? You went to File, New, and then?
Yeah, I went to the source and I said, right click, new,
okay.
Swing UI Designer GUI form.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then, like I said, there must be something somewhere that I'm missing that says, go actually turn this thing, like go literally put those things physically into the class. But again, I haven't used it so much that I know what to do with that. I can build the project. Will that go fix that form up maybe for me? Nope. Got to be a way to go translate and tell it to go place those in there. Again, not an expert. So this is something that you can look into if you want. I'm sure there's a quick tutorial on it on the web that you can find. Probably a very easy thing that I'm overlooking that makes it go do the thing that I want it to do. Okay. All right. Yeah, Ben, any more questions?